What's up, peeps? My name's Ian, and I sell books on eBay. Felt like doing that. 14-15 orders going out today. All books, bar one, which is good because I don't like selling stuff other than books, but I've got stuff to get rid of. Although I am considering just taking down everything else and taking it to a car boot sale or breedinating it or doing something, because it's just a pain in the backside, to be honest. But for now, we've got loads of books going out. Another reasonable day, just above the £100 in sales mark, so that's not too bad. A couple of interesting items going out, some that are worth a wee bit more than the usual, and a couple of big stacks. So I'll just show you what we're doing, get rattled through it, and see where the day takes us. I can get this whole camera thing to stand still. Anywho, let's get cracked. First thing, I can get it from the bottom, is Bucklands Complete Book of Witchcraft. So Raymond Buckland, so it's wicker. It's not like fantasy, it is wicker. Really good condition. That sold for £12.90 plus postage. So that was a good wee sale to get the day started. And a nice gift item. So really hoping all these gift type books sell in the next week or two. But that's definitely a good start to the day, that one was. And guess what I forgot to do yesterday? Buy sellotape. So I've got practically none left, which means I've got to start faffing about with brown tape shortly. Just a bit of a pain, but my own fault for forgetting to grab sellotape. And I've been at the shops about 3 times. Every single time, completely forgot. And that's despite the fact that I've set reminders for it. I had it written in my hand a couple of days ago. Just incapable of remembering to buy sellotape. So I shall definitely try to remember to get some today, because it makes life so much easier having the right stuff. Get this skill set. So it's at 950 grams, and this is heading off to HR7. So there we go. First one done. Right, it's in the pile. Next we have The Doll Factory by Elizabeth McNeil. Again, really good condition. I've been focusing on making sure that I really only pick up books that are in really good condition, unless there's something special. £2.85 plus postage. So a nice normal sale. Right. Get this stacked up, and I think the reason I'm able to sell books like that for £2.85 plus postage, that's like £6.50, is because I can show pictures of the actual book and show that it is in very good condition. So people will buy it, especially if it's for being gifted. The bigger listings where they've got hundreds of the same item, there's always a disclaimer in those. You know, you may not get the actual version shown or the edition shown, and you can't be guaranteed of exactly what condition it's in, because when you look at, you know, eBay's, you know, default descriptions for good, very good, etc., very good can still have a few marks and creases on it. Good can be pretty bashed up. So people are really looking for like new. I very rarely describe something as like new. I'll typically just say it's good and then show pictures and let people decide for themselves whether or not it is what they want. And that will be the case with that one. It was probably described as very good because it was in like new condition, and it's going to Y08. Right, next up for the packing today, Colin Hoover. So I've had a few of these stacked up, and then yesterday, the day before, possibly the day before, I decided to take down all the single listings because I suddenly had enough of them and just turn them into one bulk listing with variations. And that is 3 of them sold almost straight away off of that. So 3 Colin Hoover books. Total value for that £9.35. So we'll keep them to my kind of tenner a sale that I do so like. I obviously like more than that, but if I can get a tenner on every sale, then that's a third to eBay, a third to the postage, and a third to me. So if I get like £3, costs me 75p for it, so I can make a couple of quid on them's books. And today is the 1st of December, so I'm sure everyone's got their advent calendars out. Whether it be a Lego one, a perfume one, a chocolate one, a homemade one with lots of little cool drawers and fancy things in them, or maybe it's the kind that I had when I was a kid, which is just a sheet of cardboard that you open up and it has little pictures. And oddly enough, that was still super exciting when you were a wee kid, just opening it up, because it meant it was a day closer to Christmas, which was the most exciting thing in the world when you're like 8 years old. I mean, the rich kids, they had calendars with chocolates in them. This is like back in the 80s, early 80s, so you had to be a rich kid to get a chocolate calendar, and we weren't rich kids, we were just kids. Right, next we have a bundle of 6 Alexander Kent paperbacks. By paper, I mean paper. So these have done really well recently. I keep seeing them, keep picking them up, and they keep selling. So 6 of them. Alexander Kent, so what's his character again? Which one is he? It's all Captain Richard Bolito, something like that. But really popular, £12.25 for the 6 of those. So again, that nice wee £10-ish mark. I'll just try and get that into a reasonably even bundle and turn it into a brick of bubble wrap, which is what I'm doing right now. Wrap them over. So yeah, 1st of December, first day of Advent. But it also means it's end month. So once I have done this morning, I need to go on and finish my bookkeeping to take me to the end of November. And then I can review and see if I actually made any money this month. I know I've made something, but at a glance, the sales stats, etc., are showing that it was a poorer month in October. And October was a poorer month in September. And September was a poorer month in July. And July was a poorer month in June. And June was about the same as May. May was much worse than April. April was better than March. March was worse than February. February was worse than January. So it's been a declining line all year. I know I kind of got started with this properly last November. Not selling books then, really, just selling everything I could get my hands on. So my first taste was Q4. So it was better at the start, and then it dips after the New Year's passed, which was expected. However, it's just kept declining throughout the year. So So I really hope that this month reverses that quite significantly. And then at least I know what my baseline should be once we're past the Christmas period and everything gets back to normalish. Right, next one is a Mahusive bundle. I'm just getting to the top of it there. So 18 Gerald Seymour books. Now I'm going to have to box them up because there's too many to just put in a wee envelope, but we've got a mix of paperbacks and hardcovers going out there. I had 20 odd Gerald Seymour books listed, and 18 of them have gone for £27.53. So it's buy 3 get 2 free on that particular deal. It also sold promoted listing, which is a bit frustrating, but you know, that's what it's there for. So the value of the books should have been £35.82 plus postage. They've obviously got the discount for using the buy 3 get 2 free, so that works out as £27.53, and that's including the postage. So about £24 for 18 books. Someone's getting a bargain, there's no doubt about it. But I'm going to pack them up separately from doing this because that will take me a few minutes, not long, but a few minutes, and you don't want to watch me faffing about for a whole 5 minutes with one pile of books. So for now, we'll just move on to the next one, which was Paula Hawkins, The Girl on the Train. Stack of Paula Hawkins books. They don't sell particularly fast. She's only written a few, which makes it difficult, but this is a signed edition, which is very nice. Always find your signed editions. That sold for £10.50 plus postage, and didn't go in promoted listings, so that was a nice wee sale. Again, I'm guessing it's a bit of a gifty book. Someone who liked that author, or I think, was it a movie? Did they turn it into a movie? I don't know. But it has sold for a nice wee dinner. Oh, I'm using millimetres of tape at a time to try to make it last. And where's it headed off to? TF1. TF1. Right, let's get it in the bag. So nicely wrapped up, protecting the ends, because that's the bit that's going to get abused if it does get kicked about with the postie. Get there nice and safe, touch wood. And hopefully make somebody a wonderful Christmas gift. Right, let's get that in there. So yeah, my signed bookshelf is shrinking. So the top couple of shelves are nearly all signed books, and it was jammed and stacked for a couple of weeks, but lately a few of them have begun to sell, so I've got space for more. £6.50 for this, that's its weight obviously, and TF1. So there we go, Paula Hawkins, signed copy, into the pile. Next, Isaac Asimov. Early Asimov, volume 3, is it? Yes, I've got the right one, volume 3. £2.85 plus postage. Nothing spectacular, but good condition, vintage paperback. It's one of these books where I could have asked for a little bit more. I could have maybe got another £1 out of that, but how long would that have taken? Who knows? I've had that 2 or 3 weeks and it's sold. It's made enough £1 back, so why wouldn't I be happy just to take that? You know what I'm saying? Isaac Asimov. There we go. Asimov's a little bit on trend. Foundation, was that Asimov? Related to Foundation? Foundation? Yeah, I think that's Asimov. So Foundation's been on Apple TV, really good. Never read the books, but the TV show's really good. thoroughly enjoying it, despite it not being like, you know, a lot of these big TV shows go for some crazy A-list cast. It ain't an A-list cast, but they're all very, very well cast and played. I thoroughly enjoyed both seasons so far. And I'm sure it will get better. B97 this is heading off to. And that might be a large letter, but yeah, seeing it normal. Right. Next, another smallish bundle of 5. David Baldacci. So I've got quite a few of these lately. Only problem with David Baldacci books, 5 of them is always over 2 kilos. So although that's an £11.60 sale, I'm not getting much back on it. I know that when I sell them, but I know I can get a lot of them, so I'll just take it as it goes. So 5 of these. It's going to cost me about £6 to post this. 5 books, so I've paid like £1.25 for them. eBay will be taking £3 or £4 in fees, so really I make my money back on them and what I've spent, and then I'll get a bit off the VAT bill at the end of the quarter, because obviously, you know, £6 in postage, £3 or £4 in fees, so that's a couple of quid back off my VAT bill that I've spent on VAT for postage and fees. So I'll get my money back now, and at the end of the quarter, when I do my VAT return, which is actually today, then that's worth an extra couple of quid there that I won't have to pay the VAT man. So it's not cash in hand profit, but I'm still making something on it, so I'm quite happy with that. Where's my bags? Here's my bags. Yeah, restack. So I think I will do a wee breakdown of the month. I know I did a kind of year-to-date one. Well, first year trading a few weeks ago at the start of November, because that was me a full year in. So I think a nice wee, excuse me a second, a nice wee comparison to that would be showing the same thing, but just on an in month. You know, so what have sales actually been? How much has it cost me to make those sales? How long has it taken to process those sales, etc. Unless I don't think I've ever kidded on that this is going to make you a millionaire. It's something that if you've got the time, capacity, space to do it, then for most people, you know, the few hours a week that you need to spend on it, it's definitely a nice wee side income. If you can make £10,000-20,000 a year on top of your normal wage for an extra few hours, go for it. Next up we've got Joe Abercrombie, Half the World. Another single book for £6.50. But yeah, for those of you who are in jobs like what I used to be, then spending, you know, if you work a 40-hour week and you're earning a good income, then working another 20 hours for 20 grand might not be worth it. You know, you might not be willing to get that return, especially if you could go and do more of what you normally do and make an extra £30,000-40,000. But if you've got the time spare anyway and you like doing it, then why not? Just go out, make that extra few quid. But to make a full-time income off it, then you need proper space. At the moment, I use an entire double bedroom of space for the stock. So I've got bits and pieces here as well, but the room upstairs, I could put all of this in the room upstairs or get rid of all the non-book stuff. So 6,000 books, you need a room. To make a real living out of this, you're going to need considerably more than 6,000 books, which means you're going to need 2 or 3 rooms worth of space, which becomes expensive. You've got to find space to do that. So that's where I want to get to. I'd love to just make all my money from this instead of making no money from anything. But we'll get there. Anyway, next up, another nice one. Islands. Essential Yanaldi. I don't know how you pronounce the guy's name, but it's music score for piano. Picked up a couple of these. I was going to bundle them together, decided to just sell them separately, so that went for £13.65, so tenner plus postage. Quite nice. Music score books, it's another thing that if I see them at my usual price, I'll pick them up. They're either going to be worth a couple of quid and sit for months, or they're worth £10 to £20 and sell rather quickly, which was the case with this one. So it's one of those things that if somebody had been wanting a couple of quid for it and I thought I could sell it for a tenner, would I? I don't know. I'd always be thinking, well, for that £2 I could go and get another 8 paperbacks or hardcovers that might sell just as quickly, but I might sell some of them quickly rather than waiting on one thing to go for a long time. So I'm always a bit cautious about spending too much on one item. Too much, £2, you know. But for a nice basic price, I'll take the gamble and get them out there. And actually, I don't scan stuff when I'm outsourcing. I just go on instinct and pick it up. There is the odd exception to that, I have to confess. If it's something that looks like it could be really good and it is, you know, a bit more expensive, then I'll have a look at it there and then. But typically it's just grab as much as you can in as short a time as possible and then deal with it, because nearly everything will sell for a couple of quid, if not anything better. Next up, another single book, Shatner. I'm assuming it's yes, it is a Star Trek book, Captain's Glory. So William Shatner with Judith and Garfield Reeves-Stevens, so a Ghostwriter one. Apparently Captain Kirk has encountered the totality before, so that's going out to James T. Kirk. That's not going out to James T. Kirk, that's stupid. It is James T. Kirk. It's going out to CT2. So the key bit was right, but not the rest. It was written by Garfield, which is odd. He was a big ginger cat. Right, there, get bagged. What else have we got here? We've got a few more to do. I've got quite a few that sold this morning already. But we'll do them at a later point in the day or tomorrow. Due to get posted out tomorrow, not before. See that a lot, don't I? And it'll hopefully keep this interaction to a reasonable time. 250 grams for Captain Kirk, going to CT2, I said, wasn't it? Yes, CT2. And into the pile it goes. Right, our one non-book item for the day, forks. In the summer, maybe earlier than that, I picked up a big box of silver plate cutlery. I think I paid about 20 quid for it actually. It was in a nice display box. and it's just been partied out, a set of spoons, a set of forks, set of knives, another set of spoons, blah 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 blah. So that's the last lot to go from it. So that was a tenner for, sorry, 12 quid for those, so 15.65 in total. They've all been wrapped up, bundled like that, ready to go, but I'm going to put an extra wee coating of bubbles around it. So that was one of 20 quid spent. Would I do it again? I don't know. They have taken a little while to sell and be gotten rid of. But they did sell. Let's see what I'm doing there. The inner tube from my bubble wrap. So use everything, and all I need to do is then trim that to size, which is about there, and then I'll stick it in a bag, and it just keeps it. It's not so much that they need protection, because the bubble wrap will do that for the forks that are in there, but it will make sure that the forks don't find an edge and burst through the plastic bag that they go into. So it just keeps them a bit more contained. Squidging the ends to try and make sure there's no hard-ish corners on it, and then with that in a bag, it's not going to burst out of it. That is the plan. And if I've got the length right, it should slip in there quite nicely. But I've probably left it a centimetre too long. I'm going to end up fighting with it. I know, it's nearly gone. Put one end in. Pull in the other end. Go on, you know you want to. Get in. Go on, get in. I said get in. Just not listening to me. Such insolent tubing. There we go. It is in. And then you can just wrap that around. Try and keep it reasonably smooth, so when I put the label on it, the barcode doesn't get all creased up. There we go. It is in. It is ready to go. Ta-da! What does it weigh? It weighs 500 grams. And they are off to EX13. 40. Into the pile. Right. Last couple. We've got a triplicate of Jenny Colgan. Nice sunshiny books, those ones. Although one of them is about Christmas. Jenny Colgan books always look very cosy. I mean, just different covers, cover styles always kind of create different feelings about them. And Jenny Colgan covers, I've never read Jenny Colgan, to be perfectly honest, but the covers always look cosy. Whether it's her summary books, which just look warm and summery, or Christmassy books, which just look, log fire cosy. I know. The marketing people somewhere are very good at these things. That's what all these things are meant to be. Whereas Ian Ranken always looks bleak, which again is probably what it's aiming for. Kind of dirty Edinburgh. Right, Jenny weighs 800 grams and is going to SK15. So I'll see Jenny on her merry way. Into the pile. Right, it must be nearly the end, because yes, we are. Last lot, one I just showed you. Ian Ranken, 5 Ian Ranken paperbacks. Thankfully, Mr. Ranken writes slightly smaller books than Mr. Baldacci, so these will go for under 2 kilos. What did they sell for? Yes, I hear you, I hear you. They sold for £13.65. So a tenner plus postage. So that must have been a... Oh, left a sticker in one, can't have that. Not that it really matters, I don't think, but I'd rather not leave a gifted donation stickers on them. Right, let's start that again. Over it goes, under it goes. Get nice and tight. And wrap it up just right. There we go. That goes on there. That goes on there. And I think... Yes, I think, yes, we have. We have just celebrated our first Christmas miracle. My sellotape didn't run out. I mean, look at that, man. There's nothing on it. I don't know how that hasn't run out. It's probably got about 3 inches left. But it made it. It's Christmas. It's Advent. It's the 1st of December. Who's got their decorations up already? This street's going even more mental than it usually does already. There's people that have had their houses and gardens decorated to the nines for like over a week. Each to their own. But it just seems a bit, you know, by the time you get to Christmas, it's become the norm, having your house looking like that, and it just seems a bit flat and dead at that point. RM15 for Ranken. I liked the old days when it was literally like a few days before Christmas you would finally get to put the tree up and the tinsel, and not a day before. Probably because the tree made such a mess and would have ended up dead and manky by the time you got there. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. That is everything we've got going out today. I say I'll be doing a wee financy, how the month went update shortly. That'll be out sometime over the weekend. Just need to get the books done first. But another not bad day, just above average, just creeping above that £100 a day, but not significantly so, unfortunately. But it's only, well, that was the 30th of November. Today's the 1st. It's going to go mad. Anyway, that's us. See ya. Love ya. Bye.